Hello everyone, welcome to kfcs and Sports Breakdown, one of your favorite channels. So today I am here with so many updates, and today we will start the sports uh, squad analysis of World Cup teams also. So first of all, we are starting from a defending champions England. They are the defending champions, and we will start from England today. Tomorrow, Team India analysis. So as of now, four teams have announced their squad. So one by one, when the squad will be announced, so team analysis will be done every day. So today, the very eventful day. So many updates are there from morning to evening. So many things have changed. So we have a long discussion regarding that. And so yes, we have Rahul. So we have Rahul with us. Yeah. So how are you, Rahul, today? Very eventful day today. So many updates today.
Yeah, absolutely. Very thrilling match in the Asia Cup. I want to start with that.
Yes.
That was really a thrilling match. I till almost until the end, I thought Afghanistan is going to pull it off and they're going to eliminate Sri Lanka from the tournament. But Sri Lanka held their nerve.
Sri Lanka had their nerve, but true is that, Rahul, that in both the matches, Sri Lanka were not in that great position that they can win it. You can say that anyway, anyhow, they managed to win that match. In both the matches, Sri Lanka batting was not that much. Can you expect, Rahul, in a flat track, you are not be able to score 300 runs? Seriously, that was one of the big concern for me, because in this flat track tomorrow, when Pakistan will play the Super 4 game, you see the Pakistan team how they will kill Bangladesh bowlers. You can see the same track.
Yeah, definitely. They probably will. We have to see. Bangladesh has some good bowling, so you never know. I won't. It won't be like playing Nepal. They're not Nepal
Yeah,
team,
but
so but they can score 300 for sure. They won't get to 350 and all that, but they can score 300 at least.
and bowling is also known. Yeah, we will definitely talk later. Today we will talk about England team also. England team squad analysis, how the squad looks like. So today India also announced the squad. So tomorrow we will talk about that. So first of all, let's start with the eventful match. So Rahul, what you will say to Sri Lankan fans? Of course, we know that Sri Lanka is missing Hasranga, they're missing Chamira, they're missing Lairu Kumara, and we have seen that also. They are totally dependent on Ranjita over and Pathirano over. Apart from that, they are in a big concern. Actually, Tikshana didn't get any wickets from first 10 overs. And what a playing Nabi Rahmat Shah. That was excellent. And the way Navi was played, I thought that might be they can chase it by 30 overs. The way Navi is playing today.
Yeah, the way Nabi was playing in Afghanistan, if he had continued playing, Afghanistan would have won before 37th over itself. They would have won maybe in 34 or 35 overs. They might have chased this target, but he got out to Tikshana. I thought, well, today it was an off day for Patirana. You could say Patirana was getting hit for runs uh, consistently, especially when Mohammad Nabi was at the crease. Really, the only bright spot for Sri Lanka was Kasun Rajita. He got 4 wickets with the ball, and then Dunit
92 runs.
Velalage. Yeah,
Yeah.
Velalage, I would say he held his. I mean, in that one over, he did contribute that one over where he got 2 wickets, two crucial wickets that got Sri Lanka back in the match. But all the wickets were batting errors. It was not really based off of any brilliant bowling that Sri Lanka was
Yes,
getting the
that was
wickets.
the
They were only
psychological pressure. That was the pressure that he gets two wickets.
yeah. So Sri Lanka, the big worry for them is they had to really depend on batting errors to pull off this match. They didn't really bowl quite well. I have to say that, and
And I also still think that they need Kushal Pereira in a middle order still.
yeah, definitely. Although Kushal Mendes played a very good innings today, he scored 92. You can't really fault his knock too
Uh,
much.
then Samar Vikrama wasn't cheap. He would
Yeah,
make
the
runs.
Sri Lanka had a collapse after the start they had. Like 3 wickets fell quickly to Gulbadin Naib, and that kind of set them back. And then before the 40th over, all those wickets that fell, uh, the run out of Kushal Mendes and then Dasun Sanaka getting out, that kind of set Sri Lanka back. And uh, without that collapse, they could have gotten over 300. I mean, the main reason that Sri Lanka didn't get 300 today is because of the collapse they had. Um, but
Yes.
Dunit Velalage and Mahish Tikshana, they both batted very well to get Sri Lanka to 291. Given from 227 for 7, 291 looks like a decent score on the board.
Yes, of course. And the big thing, Rahul, is that Afghanistan now directly goes to warm up match, and the warm up match will be against South Africa and Sri Lanka. So again, Sri Lanka will come in warm up match.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. Hopefully, Afghanistan will do well in that warm up match. Unfortunately, now they don't have any matches before the World Cup. So next match will be in the World Cup, but they have
But
they'll
they have
have to.
potential. They
They
have
have
potential.
potential. They have potential to really threaten other teams in the World Cup. We have seen
Just
that with
I
today's
think
match.
might be by tomorrow or day after tomorrow they will announce the squad of and I feel that now Naveen Ulak should be there in a team, a proper fast bowler with Fazal Haq Faruqi. Third pacer will be Gulabuddin Naib, and then Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, and one more all-rounder is Mohammad Nabi. So I think that makes their batting strong plus bowling also. I think Naveen Ulak should be there now in World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. He has lots of experience. He's played around the world, and he's played lots of county cricket as well, especially, and he's played everywhere in the world with a lot of international players. So his experience will be valuable.
Okay, so do you think Nabinul Haq minds were also where there was controversy in IPL? Might be he will not like to participate.
In the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah, after that incident because you are playing in India. Can it be possible? I'm just
No,
asking.
I don't think that'll should play a factor. It should not play a factor because it doesn't matter where you're playing. He's representing his country in the World Cup. That's what he's going there for. Forget about what happened during the IPL. This is a World Cup, and he's going uh, to represent their team and help them do well in the World Cup. So that should be priority. It shouldn't matter the other things.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we are focusing on Asia Cup. So let's now come to Super 4, the first match tomorrow. Same ground, Lahore, flat track. Again, 252 average score of this ground. And again, in middle overs, spinners come into play. Fast bowlers get wickets in death overs. So, Rahul, what do you expect from Bangladesh? Same opening combination again, Mehdi Hassan Miraz, along with
I think
Litan
so.
Das. Along with Litan Das. Litan Das is
Along
back.
with the Litan Das, yeah, I think that should be the opening combination for Bangladesh. I think that's what they should do, and
Because if
maybe
there is flat track, definitely Litan Das will go on for firing.
yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Okay, so I think there will be a good match, balanced match if Bangladesh batsmen able to make runs. Otherwise, I think the bats we know the quality of Pakistan team. Najim Shah, Shaheen Shafridi, Harish Rauf. These 30 overs is really you can say this is risk taking overs. They always try to uh, frightened opponents by his bowling, by his Yorkers, by short ball, each and everything. Their pace attack is really good. So I think this is a good contest, and I am hoping that Shakib Al Hasan should come early. Shakib Al Hasan, Mushafiqur Rahim. Meanwhile, Shanto, I think Shanto will try their best to maintain his consistency, the way the consistently he is making. So Rahul, do you think it is possible for Shanto to? Because now you are playing against a quality bowling attack. quality bowling.
Yeah, this is going to be a big test for Santo. Hopefully, he continues with the form he has been on, and will make it an interesting game.
Yes, of course. So tomorrow, I will not ask the same question again. How much runs will be there? Because we know in both sides we have good batsmen. But yes, from Pakistan point of view, we have to talk about the venue change also. From actually on morning, I got the update that Haban Tota will cover all the matches, only one in Lahore. But what happened suddenly? The team said that no, we will not change the place. You just come in Colombo, and Colombo weather prediction is very bad. So how the match will progress?
Have no idea why Jay Shah. It was his decision to keep the matches in Colombo. I don't understand that at all. Why? What is the problem with the Hamban Tota? I don't understand.
Yeah,
I am told that the only team that objected to Hamban Tota was Pakistan. Pakistan did not say anything about Hamban Tota, and I feel this is a bit of hypocrisy on their side, because when BCCI objected to Dambala, uh,
yes.
Pakistan said this is dictate BCCI is dictating too much, and they should just let Sri Lanka decide what to do. Now, when Hamban Tota suggested, they are opposing it. So it's absolute hypocrisy from that perspective.
Yes, of course. So our viewer is sending is saying that our views about Sri Lankan win today. So welcome Srivardhane again in my channel. So Srivardhane, I think Sri Lanka is the only team that win both the matches. Equation wise, they are in a good form, but when we see both the matches, they are not win it. You can say that one-sided win. That was the win that you can say consolation win means somehow they managed to win that match. Again, the big thing is their batting lineup. I think Sri Lanka should need to adjust Kushal Pereira because I know the Kushal Pereira. If you give some game time, still Sri Lanka have not announced their World Cup squad. I'm hoping might be they will waiting for Kushal Pereira. So might be Kushal Pereira should be there in a batting lineup, and suddenly attacking approach will be there because when we talk about each and every team, they have one attacking batsman in a middle order. If I talk about South African team, they have added David Miller as an attacking batsman in a middle order. So I think David Miller type of impact should be there in presence of Kushal Pereira. So I think Sri Lanka should try to manage the Kushal Pereira because when there is something good for batsmen, so you have to make score runs. Otherwise, today Afghanistan can make it, and that was really easy match for Afghanistan. uh, where they lost actually Afghanistan team actually they lost in the equation. They thought that just they have to hit the sixes. They are not thinking about just to win the game. Might be from boundaries. If Rashid Khan were there, might be they can win it and qualify for Super 4. But that was unfortunate. So what I will say for Sri Lankan team, uh, according to pitch, according to condition, if it is balanced wicket, 292 is good. Very good score in balanced wicket. But when there is flat track, I think you are 25 to 30 runs short. Agree, Rahul?
Yeah, definitely. They should have scored 20 or 30 runs more than what they did. And I will say they're very fortunate to have won today. They got very lucky because they were not bowling well at all.
Yeah. So Srivardhane, I think Sri Lankan team is equation wise, you can say that yes, they have get some confidence from a win back to back wins. But I think it will be not easy for him when they will play against Pakistan and India if this kind of form will be there for Sri Lanka because I don't think India and Pakistan will gift it the match easily to this Sri Lankan team. I don't think so.
Yeah, they absolutely will not. It is a concern for the Sri Lanka team, not just for this Asia Cup, in the World Cup as well. They have to bowl a lot better.
Yeah. So I think Shevardne, I think you get an answer of your question also. You can also share your thoughts, what you are thinking about your team. But as of now, according to condition, I am set. Okay, so what is Rohit is saying? Very sad to see Afghanistan came close. Yet they not only won the match but also not qualified. Yes, Rohit, you can say, but I think this team has good potential, and with this potential, they have some time to make a good planning in World Cup. And again, I'm talking about Naveen Ulak. They are missing one fast bowler. Good fast bowler will be there definitely, because I'm really impressed with the bowling attack. They have good spinners, quality spinners. If we talk about the venues in World Cup, Chennai, Delhi, uh, you can say Pune also, Hyderabad, uh, Lucknow, Ikana Stadium, where there is so much spin. There, Mujibur Rahman, Nabi, and Rashid Khan can manage. But when there is a flat track like Bangalore, you have to, you need some good fast bowlers. So I think Naveen Ulak should be there in a team. Then the team will definitely complete. I think this team has good all-rounders. Najibullah Jadran. I always talk about same thing from Rahul Ayer in this video again and again that the,
Yes, Afghanistan's speaking of pace, Afghanistan's first match in the tournament is actually a day match. It's against Bangladesh in Dharamshala. So in that match, you can definitely expect there'll be swing early on in the morning, in morning conditions. So imagine they bowl first in that match against Bangladesh, then they'll have a very good chance of winning that match.
yes, of course, they have. So another question from Rohit Shaw is asking about Fazal Haq Faruqi. So first of all, Fazal Haq Faruqi, I'm not seeing him like an all-rounder. So is like from a bowling perspective, I think this was not a good match for Faruqi. Previous match was okay, but I think he should be there in a World Cup. Fazal Faruqi is a good bowler. He have performed well against Pakistan when there was previous series against Pakistan. I think he has 3 wickets whole in one match, right, Rahul?
Yeah, he has. He
Yeah.
has.
So I think from not from batting, from bowling perspective, I am expecting more from Fazalak Faruqi, and I think if there is Fazalak Faruqi and Naveen Ulak, definitely they have a good bowling attack. They need good fast bowlers. So another question from Sivardhane. Afghanistan had an advance in the sense that they had a target and it was do or die with nothing to lose. Yeah, definitely this is do and die, and I think they have opened especially Gurbaz and Ibrahim Jadran. I think they have to think about that. If they make runs in a good pace from power play, might be Sri Lanka will be in a bit trouble because at that time you are able to play Dikshana. So I think uh, but overall, I can say well played. Afghanistan team, you have done very well. We also remember the previous World Cup 2019. They have how they frightened Team India. Team India batting was suddenly collapsed. We know it very well. So that was the Shami hat trick that made a win against Afghanistan team. We always know. So Afghanistan team is in a great, good hands still. Just need a good fast bowler, nothing else. So next question, Rashid Khan took 2 wickets, also came close with his batting. What about his all-rounder performance today? Yeah, Rashid is, you can say, we want Rashid Khan types of player in each and every team. Each and every team wants this type of player. Actually, he is excellent with a bat, with a ball. Anytime I think Rashid Khan is a type of bowler. He doesn't need condition. Actually, need a good mindset. If he is coming with a good mindset, doesn't matter. He don't take wickets in a single match. But when it's come to batting, I think you can promote Rashid Khan into number 5. He is that type of batsman. Definitely, that is my view.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in T20s, I don't know about one day cricket, but in T20s, you could consider having him at the number five position. In ODI cricket, it's a little bit risky because, after all, Rashid Khan, he is not a batsman who will hang around or try to build an innings or anything. He will, his style is to go hit and hit out or get out. That is his strategy. So for him, number seven or even number eight is ideal.
Yes. Okay, so Srivardhani is saying also you are thinking Sri Lanka missing another German pacer. Sri Lanka have nothing to miss actually. If Dashun Sanaka manage the bowling with himself, he is ready to uh, give some overs. Then it's okay. If he is not ready, then I think you should go to Binora Fernando because Bonera Fernando is also good left arm bowler. So I think Sri Lanka have all the resources. What they have to do, they have to just to manage. I know Binora Fernando is not that type of quality, but yes, he will give you some pace. Might be you can say 135 speed of bowling. So it's up to Shanaka. If Shanaka can manage a bowling uh, with 7 8 overs by his bowling, then definitely I think they are missing Hasranga too because Hasranga can not only bowl also bat. I think Rahul Sri Lanka is waiting for Hasranga update. That's why they have not announced the World Cup squad yet. I think so.
Mm, yeah, they definitely want to have Hasaranga in the squad. So uh, that's probably why they are delaying it, much like they did for the Asia Cup.
Rohit is saying, will Hasranga available for World Cup? Rohit, if KL Rahul can play, Shreyas Iyer can play, why not Hasranga can play? I think Hasranga has not that much major injury. It was little bit tear, and I think Hasranga got almost 3 to I think more than 20 days. I hope so. Hasranga got already for his treatment, so I think Hasranga can maybe available. If Hasranga not available, definitely today Sri Lanka announce their squad, but yet they are not announcing. This means that they are waiting for Hasranga because Sri Lanka is missing Hasranga more. Sri Lanka is currently missing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so question for you, Rahul is asking Rohit, how are you? All good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, so we have a talk about that. Yeah, we are in a discussion about Indian team and Pakistan team strategy. Tell me, Rahul, what is the strategy of this India versus Pakistan? I think both team need. This is a very important match. And previously, there was rain affected match. Only 50 overs are bowled. Second,
Also, I would say is even if that match produced a result not of much consequence, because the other team in the group was Nepal, and we were pretty much sure to win that match. So even if we lost to Pakistan, we would have defeated Nepal and sealed our last Super Four spot. But this is going to be more crucial because whoever loses this match will be under pressure to win their next game. The other two opponents now, there are now two other opponents, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, who are not going to be very easy to beat either. So this is an important match from here onwards. In fact, every match is going to be very important. So there's no more leeway for underperforming.
yeah, and I hope that weather will be quite great in Colombo so that there will be some matches. If there is no matches, then you can say that uh, by distributing 1 point, there will be 1 point where Pakistan will be again topper because Pakistan is playing in Pakistan first match, and if they win it, definitely they will be a top table topper. So one of the if matches will be there, then maybe based on net run rate, another team will play final in Asia Cup. So I am hoping that in Colombo we will get a full match, good contest, because I'm really waiting for India versus Sri Lanka, India versus Bangladesh, Pakistan versus Sri Lanka. These are the good contests that we are waiting.
Yes,
Okay, so
absolutely.
Rohit is
My
asking.
only criticism of the format, I would say, is maybe they should have had a full round robin, because it would have been good to play Afghanistan also, and even for a team like Nepal, it would be have been good if they could play apart from India and Pakistan. Imagine they could also play against Sri Lanka, uh, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. It would have been a good exposure for them.
Yeah, it was first time for Nepal, but I think Nepal is a good, promising team. They will grow like Afghanistan in upcoming years. I know it very well. Maybe in upcoming 5 years, you can see him in a World Cup. Who knows? Time changes when you performs. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
so Rohit is asking about prediction for tomorrow match. So I think Rohit, it is a favor of Pakistan 60-40.
I think
60-40.
I'm going to go with the 70-30 in Pakistan's favor.
For me, it is 60-40. So how much you are thinking, Rahul, Rohit? Rohit, are you thinking about Bangladesh team? Then you have to face the genuine pace attack because their pace attack is really great. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Harish Rauf, Nazim Shah. Next year T20 World Cup, can we see Nepal playing? I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely. They have a good chance to play. In fact, they are part of the
I don't think.
qualifiers for Asia. They are part of the qualifiers
Not Asia
for
Cup.
Asia.
He's
In fact,
asking
they
about T20 World Cup.
yeah,
I
that's what
think
I'm talking about. T20 World Cup. There is a qualifier path for the T20 World Cup. Nepal is hosting the regional final for
I think T20
Asia.
World Cup
So
qualifier has ended already.
no, 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 not for Asia. They're regional qualifiers. So mm, I'm
I don't
bringing
know. I have to confirm.
yes. In fact,
I
the
think mm,
qualification for Asia qualifier is uh, starting 30th October and ending on 9th November. It's going to be during the 50 over World Cup. This Asia qualifier. Uh,
he's asking about T20 World Cup
yeah, I'm
in
talking about
June.
I'm talking about T20 World Cup only. I'm talking about T20 World Cup. So Nepal is there. In fact, qualifier B
Might
has
be.
all. See, there is a sub-regional qualifier. Qualifier B has already happened for this tournament, and Malaysia has advanced to the final round. So Malaysia will be there with Nepal, and there are a few other teams as well. Hold on, I'm just fetching it on my uh, phone right now. I have it saved. Yes. So regional final, Malaysia qualified from sub-regional qualifier B, and already in the regional final for Asia qualifiers, there is Nepal, Oman, Bahrain, Hong Kong, Singapore, and UAE. And one more team will come from qualifier A. The sub-regional qualifier A has got Kuwait, Maldives, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. So one team from these will go to the regional final. From this regional final, top two teams will qualify straight to the World Cup. Nepal is the host of uh, this event. They'll be hosting it from 30th October to 9th of November. It's during the 50 over World Cup, so I'm not sure how many people will be paying attention to it, but they have a chance to qualify to answer the question. Yes, Nepal can definitely qualify for the tournament. They have a good chance.
Yeah, of course. So I think Pavan is coming within few minutes. So
Oh,
so finally he is coming after a win of Sri Lankan team
wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
within
So
few minutes. So let's continue the discussion. We are talking about Nepal team, but do you think the attitude of the Pakistan team and Indian team management about venue change?
mm, okay,
Yes.
I'll
So
so
welcome
I will
Pavan.
tell you the thing. Visiting teams requesting for venue changes has happened before, even when India was the host. If okay, so in 2016 T20 World Cup, if you remember, India versus Pakistan was shifted from Dharamshala to Kolkata on Pakistan's request.
Yeah.
So Pakistanis are absolute hypocrites if they criticize India for requesting venue change. I will say that because they have done it in the past. So you can't have the different rules for different people. With due respect, any visiting team is allowed to request for venue change if they don't feel comfortable with the given venue. In fact, during COVID times when India toured Australia, they did not want to play at Gabba, the fourth test in the Gabba. They wanted the fourth test to be played in Sydney. Of course, Australia said no. So there's another case of India not getting their way, uh, if I will. So it's not like BCCI will own. can request and they will get anything they want. It's there's no such thing like that. As far as not playing in Dambala is concerned, it was Sri Lanka cricket's decision not to have the match in Dambala. They listened to the BCCI's request, so how can you blame BCCI?
Okay, so Pavan, how are you? And I think you are in Sri Lanka or in Australia?
Australia.
I'm in Australia at the
Australia.
moment. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 4 a.m. But yeah, still in real shock, I think, after that match. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, full credit should go to Afghanistan with the way that they fought. I think they did brilliantly. But yeah, great, brilliant shock. But I think a lot of concerns for Sri Lanka. I know we won this match, but really concerned with our bowling. I think our bowling really got exposed today. I think credit should go to Nabi and I think Karim Janat, especially Nabi's knock. I think really shell shocked Sri Lanka. I think if he was in the crease, I think if he didn't get out, if he scored 100, it would have been a different game. I think Afghanistan would have won it with the way that he was going. But yeah, I think Sri Lanka made a lot of mistakes. I think especially in the bowling department. I think especially I think captaincy also. I think Shanaka. I think brought the paces. I think especially when the spinners were doing well, especially Teekshana was doing well. And Velalage, even though 2 overs, I think he went for 16 runs. I would have still backed him. The
Yes.
problem is that the I think Shanaka is not backing the players properly. I feel because like especially Velalage, even though he went like 8 runs and over, still when Theekshana was bowling on the other side, I think Afghanistan their strength was especially smashing against pacers, and I think that was where I think the match got even close. So I Sri Lanka were lucky, I think, to escape. I think in this match.
Well,
And
what did I say, Pawan? I was actually saying bring on Sri Lanka needs to bring on the spinners. The pace bowlers are going for runs, and sure enough, Afghanistan lost wickets to spin. Yeah, continue,
yeah, I know
continue.
that. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Sri Lanka will be satisfied. I think, anyways, the matches are going to come back in Sri Lanka, and I think Sri Lanka will be a stronger team. I think, especially this one match against Pakistan, we know Afghanistan have played their previous match in Lahore as well, so they know the conditions better than Sri Lanka. It was our first match in Pakistan. I think, batting wise, I think we could have got 300 plus with the way that the pitch was, and with the way that Afghanistan showed also in the second innings, I think this was a 300 plus pitch. So so batting wise, I think the middle order is a bit of a concern, I would say. Still, Shanaka not amongst the runs, he's not scoring. We know he's a very important captain, but he needs to perform as a captain, especially with the bat. And then DDS as in the middle order hasn't also performed since the qualifiers, so that's a bit of a concern, I would see. Then middle order is a bit of a concern. The top order has been doing well. That's why I think they're not changing. So I would feel like a Kusal Pereira coming back into this team would do good. But then in place of who would be the problem also. So Shanaka really needs to step up. Otherwise, I think after 2023 ODI World Cup, I think they may have to change the captain if he doesn't step up in the coming matches. I hope, especially in India, Shanaka is really good. So I hope he really performs. But yeah, I think Sri Lanka will definitely come back. I know today they got exposed a lot with their bowling, but now since it's back in Sri Lanka, I think Sri Lanka has a chance to beat Bangladesh and maybe have a chance to beat India or Pakistan. Let's see. With the way that India and Pakistan are playing, it's going to be tough for Sri Lanka, but I think definitely we have a good chance though still.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Super Four, Pawan. We need the classic rivalry of Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. First of all, uh, even
Yeah,
if whatever happens with India, Pakistan, okay, hopefully India wins, okay, but
yeah.
we need Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh definitely as a Super Four match. We've been deprived of that the last two times, so we
But
needed that.
Pavan, problem is the weather concern. Again, Colombo, not a promising weather. So much rain next week. Plus, do you think that Kushal Pereira should get some chance if he's coming back from injury in middle order? He will solve some
Yeah, I
problem.
think Sadira should be dropped out. I think, in my
Yes.
opinion, I know Sadira played well in the first match. It's very difficult. Like he got a 50 against Bangladesh. He proved, especially when Sri Lanka were in trouble, he got us back and in that chase. But I think a player like we need a aggressor like Kusal Pereira. I think we lack it, especially the openers. Dimuth and Pathum Nisanka, both they are sort of anchors. They go at their pace. We saw how the Afghan middle order was, how they stepped up, and we know Gurbas as well. Even though Afghanistan and and Bangladesh, especially getting Nitin Das back, I think that will be a big boost. Even though Shanto is not there, I think Shanto will be a big loss for Bangladesh. But still, Nitin Das coming back to that playing 11 will be a big boost for Bangladesh, I think. So it's going to be a bigger test for Sri Lanka. Yeah, but I think bowling wise, I don't think we have to change much, even though I was not happy with how we performed today with the bowling aspect. But I hope that the bowlers can come back. Pathirana, I think he just needs a bit more time. I think he may go for runs, but we need to be patient in that. It happens for a 21-year-old. Same with Velalage. I think they are inexperienced. It happens in a match situation. More matches, if they when they play more matches, I think they will get that. I mean, the pressure. Less pressure, obviously, to perform in crucial situations. I think both Velalage and Patirana, they brought the match back, but I think more experience will help them. So yeah, but I think Sri Lanka definitely missing Hasaranga, Chamira, Kumara. I think they are missing those three really
And I
badly.
think Sri Lanka waiting for that injury report also. That's why they are not announcing the squad.
No,
I
I
think
think
so.
definitely. I think definitely Hasarang is fit for the World Cup. I think it. They said only 6 weeks, so I think he should be fit by end of September. So I think Hasaranga is no doubt in the World Cup. It was just the Asia Cup that he was out. So Hasaranga should be there. Chamira wise, I'm not. I'm a bit concerned because Chamira's injury case has been there all the time, especially with his knee. So we don't know about that. And then Kumara and I think Dilshan Madhushankar should be there for the World Cup. I'm not sure about Kumara as well. So a bit of injury issues there for Sri Lanka, but I expect Hasaranga to be back because the hamstring injury, it was only for 6 weeks that he was out, and that was only for the Asia Cup. So he should be back by the ODI World Cup, which starts in October. Even if he isn't fit, he may miss like the first match or the first two matches. Otherwise, I don't think he can't be ruled out of the whole World Cup for sure.
Then we can hope that tomorrow Sri Lanka will announce the squad. Might be by tomorrow.
I think several reports said that they're going to announce it today, but I think because the match was going, I think they didn't announce it today. So I think by tomorrow they'll definitely announce it. I
Yeah.
think anyways the deadline for ICC was today. So I think
Yes.
all the teams have to report to ICC by today. So I think Sri Lanka must have already told the squad, but I think they'll officially announce it by tomorrow for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, maximum team. I as of now, four teams have announced the squad: England, Australia, India, and South Africa. So today we are talking about England team also. So Pawan, what you will say about Sri Lanka weather? Again about Colombo. Can the matches will be possible or wash out for Super Four?
First of all, very disappointed, especially with the. I don't understand why this Super Four isn't happening in Hambantota in the first place. Because we know in Colombo right now it's raining, it's flooded. I mean, I saw videos in the weekend, and even from my relatives' parents that it's raining really heavily in Colombo. The weather conditions are not good for this week. I think there is an improvement from next week onwards. I think there'll be less rain, but this week I think it's a bit of a danger, especially I think the India versus Pakistan, I think that match has a reserve day, so luckily I hope that there will be a match in that. But other matches I'm not sure about reserve days, because tomorrow's match also is in Lahore, so I don't think anything will happen in that. But from the 9th onwards, I think there is a reserve day, so let's see what happens. I think
Yep, I see
anyways we
only
can't
rain.
do.
I see only rain forecast for the week, so it looks like maybe like in 2 or 3 matches could be affected by rain. That's a real
Yeah, that is
possibility.
definitely guaranteed. Yeah, so that's why I think there should be a reserve day, especially for these important matches coming up. Not for every match in the Super Four, but for especially the crucial matches like India versus Pakistan and Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka. I hope that they can
To
put
be
a reserve
honest,
day.
every match is crucial from this stage onwards. India versus Pakistan is just one of the biggest, gets more hype. That is there,
Yeah.
but every match is definitely crucial. In fact, I feel that in ICC events they should have a a system of having some time to replay matches which got rained out. That happens very often in many sporting leagues here in the US, like in Major League Baseball, for example. Many games, if they are rained out, they get played again later on. If it's still of consequence, it gets
Yeah,
played, because
true, true.
every match and every point is important, especially in a Super 4 where you only get three matches to play, so every match matters.
Yeah, okay, okay. So now comes to England team, defending champions. So many things changed for England. No Ian Morgan, but I think the role of Ian Morgan is given to Ben Stokes. So Ben Stokes is your vice captain. So Pawan, your views about Ben Stokes. Do you think he deserves to be vice captain or another player should be there?
No, I mean
Mm,
Ben Stokes has proven, anyways. Even in the 2019 World Cup, I think the way
He's
that he
not bowling.
performed.
He's not bowling.
it's
I mean,
okay. See,
still,
Ben Stokes has leadership, is has been in leadership roles. In my opinion, he's one of the most senior players in the team. I think it makes sense to have him at least as vice captain. That, I think that's the least you can do. But he should have not. What he should not have done is announced retirement last year from ODI cricket. He
Yes.
should have just continued until this World Cup. He felt like he wanted to stop with ODIs with 1 year to go for the World Cup. It's never a good time to retire.
hmm,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course. Okay,
agreed.
so talking about this England team, I think there will be changes in middle order. So, Pavan, do you think Livingston will get any chance to play in a middle order for England in ODI circuit?
Yeah, I think Livingston is a game-changing player, especially in the middle order. You don't see like you don't play all 50 overs. You need to realize like that the middle order only faces the last 20 overs or 25 overs. So I think Livingston is a very crucial player. I am not sure though with Ben Stokes coming back on what's going to happen over there, because there's Harry Brook as well. I think Harry Brook missed out the World Cup, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, Harry
Previous.
Brook missed
Yeah,
out.
yeah, so I think Livingston should be there in the middle order along with Ben Stokes, because I think Livingston, we know, even though he is very destructive in 2020, he can do that same role in the 50 over, and he is a finisher. So I think number six, number seven, I think Livingston can also bowl as well. He can give you those off spin, especially in Indian conditions. You need to have a bowling all rounder, and I think most teams are lacking that. But I think if England know exactly what they're doing, especially having a bowling all rounder, spinning all rounder at number six, seven, I think that will be crucial. I think Livingston can do that,
Yeah,
especially in these Indian conditions. So
and we have to be aware of the fact that England is playing a match in New Delhi against Afghanistan. New Delhi, the pitch is a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes it can favor pace, sometimes it can be spin friendly. You never know. And then they're playing against India and Lucknow. That's again going to be very spin friendly. They're playing in Mumbai against South Africa. That can all wicket can also take spin. So having Livingston, especially for those matches, can be very useful in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so one by one, tell me the playing 11. What type of playing 11 you are thinking? See the England squad. I think opener will be same. Johnny Bairstow and Jason Roy. No change. I hope both will agree with that. Both the
Yeah, I
openers.
think Johnny Bairstow and Jason Roy should be the openers. I agree there.
Okay.
what's the squad? Roy and Butler opening, right? You said.
Yes. And what about number three?
For
You
me,
Malan or
said Roy and Bairstow, right?
yeah, Roy and Bairstow opener. And what
yeah,
about
I think so. Yeah,
number
yeah.
three, Pavan? What about number three, Pavan? Malan or Joe Root?
I think it's Joru. I'm not convinced with Malan much because of his recent form. I would actually go with Joe Root at number three, in my opinion.
Yeah. So this is
Hmm.
Prajwal.
I might prefer David Malan because I think he's played. It's a tough call, in my opinion. Joe Root hasn't played ODI cricket for more than a year. I think England. I think if they have to decide it in the ODI series against New Zealand and Ireland. whether they want to go with Malan or Joe Root. I think they need to decide it in this
No,
series.
I think Joe Root has more experience, even though he might have not played for a year. I think he's recently been playing ODI cricket with what I watched. So I think Joe Root is key for this play, and especially in India, I think Joe Root has more experience, and I think that will help. Malan is good in Sena countries, that is for sure, but in subcontinental condition, and Joe Root knows to play against spin, and that is very crucial, especially in this coming World Cup, because there will be pitches that will turn. So for me, I think Joe Root is a must in the playing 11, according to me.
Okay. So can Malan and Root play in at a same match? Can it be possible?
That's going to
Uh,
be a little bit
Yeah, bro.
difficult, in my opinion.
that could be possible. That could be possible, but have to see, because Josh Butler also has to fit into the play. Obviously, being captain, he'll play probably at number
Six.
5, number 6. So maybe at times, if they want, they can even open if they want to. If Jason Roy doesn't perform, because that my concern is Jason Roy's form as well. Because Roy needs to step up. I know that he's not. He's been included in this 15-member squad, but he needs to step up for
Mm.
sure.
So if
Uh,
David Malan is not there, I think Liam
It's going
Livingston
to
will
be it's
automatically
going
come.
to be very, unless you make one of them open, it's going to be very difficult to have Malan and Root in the playing line, because England also has so many good all rounders in
Middle
the
order
middle order
batsman.
who you cannot
Yeah,
really overlook, like Ben Stokes,
So
Liam
Ben
Livingston,
Stokes will
Moeen
be number
Ali,
four.
and even Sam Curran to an extent is in contention. These are four very huge all rounders in the team. It's going to be very hard to overlook them and have both Malan and Root in the playing 11.
I
Yeah.
think Ben Stokes should come at number 4, and I think Liam Livingston should come at 5, and then Moeen Ali should come at 6,
So where
in
is
my
Josh
opinion.
Butler? So where Josh Butler will go?
Sorry, Moeen Ali will come at 7, Josh Butler will come at 6.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
then I think there will be a four bowling option. One is Adil Rashid, of course.
Adil Rashid, Sam Curran plays at number 8. That is his role. Obviously, you need more depth in the at number 7, 8. I think that's crucial. So Sam Curran can give that. So Sam Curran for sure. Adil Rashid, I think will play. I think Chris Wokes.
M- m-
I think
Chris
Chris Wokes
Wokes
is a
and
good
Mark
Mark
Wood.
option.
Wood. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark
Chris
Wood.
Wokes and Mark Wood. Yeah, that will be my playing
And in the
11.
bench, they have good fast bowler too, Gus Atkinson.
If
Good in 100.
No, no,
even
no.
No,
David Willey,
I
see,
don't
Gus
think Gus
Atkinson
Atkinson
hasn't.
will
You
be.
can't put him straight in an ODI World
yeah,
Cup. This
I
is
don't think
it's going to
As
be
a
No,
I don't
very
think
no.
tough
he
for
backup.
will play in the playing
Gus
11. I don't
Atkinson
think
to
Gus
find a place.
Atkinson won't
Only
play.
if
He is
there are
just like a
injury
backup.
concerns will Gus Atkinson find a place in the playing 11. Otherwise, I think no. Um,
I would rather prefer David Willey over Gus Atkinson at times, because you never know. David Willey with the left arm as well, he could provide trouble, especially in the opening overs. So along with Sam Curran, so I think David Willey has a good chance, but I don't
No,
think
yeah, but even
Gus Atkinson.
David Willey is good with the bat also. So
Yeah,
that
that's
Yes.
gives
what
a additional
that is
bonus for the
yeah,
also.
team
England,
that he can
England.
come and
One
safely.
thing, batting is going to be a huge strength for them. They can bat till almost like number 9 or number 10. I don't think many
Because
teams have that
especially
much depth.
sorry to interrupt, especially in pitches in Lucknow, I think a player like Willie can be added instead of Moeen Ali, because I don't know how the renovation of the pitches in Lucknow will be, how it's going to change. But if it's not a turning track, I think definitely they can drop a spinner, extra spinner, and then go with a player like David Willie. They can seriously drop Moeen Ali if they need it, and then go with a player like David Willey, because anyways they have Adil Rashid, and then they have Livingston also, who can provide a few overs. So I think they can definitely play Willey, especially in pitches that don't provide much turn.
Okay. So on seeing this squad, how much you are thinking about England chances?
Oh, winners.
Mm, at least
For
runner
me,
up,
the
in my
finals.
opinion. At
Yeah,
least
same,
runner up, if not winning the trophy.
same.
Runner up?
I agree. I also think runners up. I also think runners up. I'm not
I
sure
think
about
he will
winning
lost in
the.
semi-final. I think he will lost in semi-final.
No, no. I think
It's
this is a
going to be tough.
finalist team. This is a finalist team, in my opinion. England looking
Yeah.
really good in the this World Cup. I think It will be very
Just
hard to
their
beat this team.
batting depth. Even if England they falter with the bowling a bit, their batting depth will really make up for it. Whatever limitations they have in the bowling, I feel with England the only weak spot here is bowling a bit. That can be they're not what to say. The bowling attack doesn't strike me as like wow, this is a strong bowling attack. We they're very fearsome. It
Agree,
doesn't strike
agree.
me that way, but so that is one weakness that can be exploited, but they have the batting strength to compensate for that.
I think
I'll say
is
that
a bit
much.
weak. The spin attack is a bit weak, I would say. Apart from Adil
Maybe
Rashid,
not
if you take
even apart
Moeen
from
Ali,
Adil Rashid, but
apart from Adil Rashid, if you take Liam Livingston, Moeen Ali, you cannot say they can always perform. That's the thing. I mean, their
Moeen
consistency.
Ali to me, I have to say, even though he has done well for CSK in the IPL, that's a different thing. In general,
Yeah,
I feel he's a little bit overrated.
agree, agree. He's good in test. I don't doubt Moeen Ali in test, but in ODIs and 2020s, especially for internationals, I think Moeen Ali hasn't
He's
performed
more
up
of a
to
batsman than a bowler. Bowling is
exactly,
only a part time. He's not.
exactly. That's what
He's not somebody you throw the ball to say, "Please get us a wicket." You
exactly.
won't go to him.
Agree, agree. That's what. But I think Sam Curran's going to be key because I think last time, I think 2021, I think last time England played India, I think Sam Curran did really well with both ball and bat. So I hope Sam Curran, especially in 50 overs, he's really good. He's a really good player. So I think he's going to be a trump card for England in this upcoming
Yeah,
ODI World Cup for me.
Absolutely. And England, they do have a couple of matches in Ahmedabad where maybe it could take pace. There's also a match in Dharamshala as well for them. So those are pace friendly wickets. Don't know
Yeah.
about New Delhi. New Delhi is very unpredictable. Sometimes it'll be like a turning pitch. Sometimes it'll be pace friendly. It'll be
maximum
like
there
a,
is turning pitch all the time.
yeah.
Not all.
One thing,
I think Lucknow, I'm not sure though, because they're going to change the pitch whether it's going to be turning or not. But usually it's
I
a
don't
very
expect Lucknow
pacey
to
track.
change too much. I mean, although they did, Kolkata
Actually, there
did
is
was
two
once
type
spin
of
friendly
pitches
and
in
changed
Lucknow:
to.
red soil and black soil. That is a difference.
But is England playing a match in Lucknow for the World
Yes.
Yeah,
Cup?
against
Okay.
India, yes,
Okay,
against
so that's
India.
going to be an interesting match. Yeah, so that's going to be a interesting match to see. Yeah. So I think apart from the bowling, I think number three is going to be a huge problem. Even though we are saying they have a good batting strength, I still think the number three spot is a bit of a weakness for them still. Even though they reached the final, that is the reason why I'm not saying that they're going to be champions is because they need to sort out the number three, whether it's Malan, because I'm not convinced with Malan's recent form, and Joe Root plus the opening pair. I think Bairstow is definitely a huge positive, but Jason Roy's form for me is a bit of a concern. And leaving out Harry Brook out of the ODI World Cup for me, I think that's a huge. I think that could be a huge mistake that England did because Harry Brook, you never know. Even though he might have not performed in ODIs much, I think he could definitely. If he was given a chance, maybe he could have proven anyone wrong. So you never know. It was a huge risk between Brook and Livingston, I think, in that playing 15 or even Joe Root as well. But I would have had Harry Brook if it was me in that squad for sure.
Mm, I think so. And one thing with Harry Brook is, like you said, there are some players whom can be included in ODI if they're middle order batsmen. You can see their T20 performance and try to include them in ODI because those kind of players, Harry Brook kind of players, will only come to bat with the less than 20 overs left in the
That's what.
match. They're not.
Yeah.
They'll only have to. They won't even have to face the last 20. Last 15
And
overs is what they will have to face.
and
So it's
also
like
we've
a
seen
T20 for him.
how Harry Brook has been performing in test as well, and his strike rate as well. So if he can perform like that in test cricket, he can definitely perform in ODI cricket at a situation like this. So I think Harry Brook, and especially with how he's performing 2020 as well, I think Harry Brook can perfectly fit into the 15 of the ODI squad. I'm a bit surprised as to why Harry Brook wasn't picked, but I understand why the English Cricket Board hasn't selected Harry Brook because there's just too many talented players. But I would have liked Harry Brook in
Also,
that
see, there's lots of talented
15.
players that they probably thought that he's not experienced enough compared to the other players in the team. So
Mm.
I guess I don't mind the move, right move. Let him get some time to settle into international cricket first, and then maybe he'll make the 2027 squad.
Yeah,
Uh,
agree. Yeah.
Meanwhile, England has really slumped in the last few overs against New Zealand. I'm seeing the T20 match on the
Mm.
left side of my
Yeah.
screen. They've finished with 175 for 8.
Mm.
But
So
I think
after such a good
in
start,
ODI, but in ODI, England is different team. When it comes to ODI,
Agree. So that's why I'm saying they're going to be finalists. In my opinion, either semi-finals or finals. If they don't perform, at least I think it's semi-finals. Otherwise, I think they're a finalist team. In my
so
opinion, I think they're coming to the finals, but I
so
don't
World
think they're
Cup
going to
opener
win.
is, yeah.
hmm?
I don't
So
think
what?
they're going to
Yeah.
win the World Cup, but I think they'll come to the finals, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So World Cup opener is in England versus New Zealand, and before that they have to play, I think, 5 matches series with New Zealand. I think
Four
four
matches
match.
against New Zealand and three against Ireland, but that'll be in England.
Yeah, it's okay,
But
but there will be some players like Saudi. Saudi will be there. So
I
Yeah.
think good
Well,
preparation for
well,
England as well, though.
it's a good preparation for England. They're playing against New Zealand, who they're going to face in the World Cup first. Similarly, India is going to play Australia. We're playing our first World Cup match against Australia. So,
Mm.
right preparation is there.
okay, okay. So come back to tomorrow match Super Four. Pavan, do you see Pakistan again dominating or something surprise from Bangladesh?
Nah, I think Pakistan are looking very good right now, especially in their home conditions. I think Pakistan look favorites, but I think Bangladesh will come with some fight. I think for sure because Bangladesh have played one match in Lahore, and especially with the return of Liton Das, I think we can see some fight from Bangladesh, especially their batting. Bowling wise, I think they should improve a bit. Surprises why Fitz didn't play last match for Bangladesh, but I hope he's back, Mustafizur Rahman. But I think yeah, for Bangladesh, for me, I think spin attack needs to improve a bit more. I know Mehdi Hassan Miraz is a good bowler, but I think needs to improve a bit more because
Now
it's been a
opener.
fast bowler.
Now
Yeah,
opener.
that's what. I mean, Mehdi Hassan Miraz has been performing more with the bat than the ball so far in this Asia Cup, and we saw that in that India series also last year with the way that Mehdi Hassan scored against India also back in Bangladesh. So, but this is a different scenario. But still, yeah, that's I think their fast bowling attack is really good, especially Taskin, Shoriful getting the wickets. If the spin attack can help a bit with the pace bowling attack, and if they can get a bit more runs, because I think the middle order looks really good. Bangladesh, Shanto will be a big miss in my opinion because Shanto was the one who was anchoring and playing a good knock along with Mehdi Hassan Miraz. So I think that's a big loss. But with the return of Liton Das, I would like to see Liton Das opening with
Miraz.
Mehdi Hassan Miraz, yeah, and seeing Mohammad Naim coming at number 3. So that
Uh,
would be
I
what
think we can't drop Shanto.
no,
I
Shanto is
think
injured. Shanto is out. Shanto is out
Shanto,
of Asia
yeah,
Cup.
that is
He's
Rest okay.
injured.
that
Okay,
is
okay.
unfortunate for Bangladesh because honestly speaking, Mohammad Naim hasn't really impressed me too much. He's
Yeah,
been
agree.
till now he's been pretty much a free wicket for opponents,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And when you have Shanto at number 3, Shanto wasn't injured. I would uh, dropping Mohammad Naim would be a no brainer for me.
To drop. Yeah, yeah, agree. Definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because Shanto is injured. Is why Naim is going to play. Otherwise, I think he would have definitely been dropped. So that's unfortunate, but still, I think
Yeah,
Bangladesh will have to
but
deal with it.
the return of
But
Liton
I
Das is a huge boost for Bangladesh. I think it make overall, even if Mohammad Naim is there at number 3, it still makes their batting lineup very strong because they have Liton Das and Mehdi Hassan opening, and
Even
then
I
in the
will be
middle
But
order
happy
there
but
if
if
is
if they want to drop Naim, I think they can bring in Anamul Haq because I think he has experience, and I don't know why he's been benched in the last 2 matches for no reason. But I think he can bet at number 3 as well with because I've seen him betting at number 3. And if Naim is not performing, and if they're going to make Mehdi Hassan Miraz open and Liton Das coming back, I don't see why Naim can't be dropped and bring in experienced player like Anamul Haq. Maybe he might have not played for the last year or two, but he could provide with some runs. Who knows? For Bangladesh. So they could take that risk if they want because anyways Naim is not performing.
Might be we can see Shakib at number 3 also. Their original
As
position.
per
that is
Shakib, I think Shakib at number 4, I think suits him. I think, I mean, Shakib at 3, because they need some stability in the middle order as well. Because you cannot depend always on Mushfiqur Rahim and Nur Al Hassan and all to perform all the time. So you need that stability in middle order. I think Shakib at 4 is for me suitable, because Shanto is not there. I think they could bring in a player like Anamul Haq, according to me, instead of benching him.
Yes. So let's see what will happen. So tomorrow we will come back with Indian team squad analysis. Okay, so short question, Rahul. The way India have announced the squad, you think same player? No surprise.
no surprises in the way that they were going to be selected. As expected, Tilak Varma and Prasidh Krishna were cut down from the Asia Cup squad. I expected that. Unfortunately, I also expected Sanju Samson will not be selected. I've been on every group, every WhatsApp group on social media. I've found myself the only one vouching for his selection, for the selection of Sanju Samson.
Injustice. Hashtag injustice with
Unfortunately,
Sanjay
yeah,
Samson.
justice for Sanju Samson. Frankly speaking, uh,
But not
because
happy that Yuzi is not there though. I don't
yeah,
understand how
Yuzvendra
Yuzvendra
Chahal,
Chahal is not
another
there again.
Chahal, whenever he has
Because why would
played
you
for
have
India,
two
he has
left arm spinners? I mean, Akshay Patel, yeah, he might provide with the bat. I
Akshar
understand, but he's
Patel,
not going to play in
Akshar
the playing
Patel and
11.
Jadeja are similar type players, both left arm off spinners,
It doesn't
all
make sense, and
rounders.
Akshay Patel is
It
not going to play in the playing 11, because people are saying that maybe Akshay Patel will get a chance against England and all, but still, who will provide a bigger damage, especially with the ball? Chahal or Akshay? It's going to be Chahal, obviously, in the pitches in India, with the way that he's been performing in
and
ODI limited overs. It doesn't make sense not to have Chahal in the playing 11, not having a leg spinner like him.
Absolutely. And I also feel that Surya Kumar Yadav, I call him Shunya Kumar Yadav, he doesn't deserve a place in this World Cup squad. Frankly, he himself has
Definitely.
said, I'm struggling to come to grips with the ODI format." Then how can you select that guy? Uh, and there's people they're saying we are backing his abilities, but he's not in the playing 11. So
Hmm.
you're not backing his abilities. Frankly speaking, you've not backed Sanju Samson's abilities either, even though he has 55 ODI average in the short span he has. I agree. Sanju Samson, he has mostly played against minnows. Most of the teams he has played against are minnows. But when you're looking for somebody to replace, for replacement and to replace injured players, you can't select the most ideal player and expect them to score against all opponents, all conditions, and expect them to be Sachin Tendulkar. It will not
Yeah,
happen.
agree.
you
Yeah.
need to you need to choose some player. You have to go by straight stats. Forget context or anything or
Hmm.
conditions, opponents. You have to choose somebody who's performing and pick them in the team. Ishan Kishan, okay, he has sealed his spot in the team. I was actually contesting why he's playing in the middle order a few days back, but he scored against Pakistan. Still, I think for the first match
But one
against
innings can't
Pakistan,
define. But I think
yes,
one
one
innings
innings. See, one
can't
innings
define
cannot
the.
make a player. See, I still think Ishan Kishan is ordinary in the middle order. One innings will not change my opinion, even if it's against
Yeah, agree.
Pakistan. I will not.
I think
Plus,
Kishan suits for opening. I think Kishan suits for opening. If he's not opening, I don't see why he's in the playing 11,
yeah,
according to me.
Ishan
Because
Kishan's best position is opening. And frankly speaking, of course, now that Shubman Gill scored half century with Nepal, they're not going to make a
take him
switch
off.
over there.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
going to take him off. I think, but
agree.
now I think I'll say stay with Shubman Gill so that he can score some runs and get some confidence before the World Cup. But I feel, in spite of Ishan Kishan's performance against Pakistan, I feel now you have to bring KL Rahul back and make him play at number 5 because he needs to get. If you're saying KL Rahul is your primary option for wicketkeeper batsman, then he needs to get some matches before the World Cup and get some
Yep,
confidence and prove that
agree.
he is the capable number 5.
And Shreyas Iyer at number 4, I think that should be fixed. I'm seeing most
One, two,
people
three, four is
saying,
fixed. One, two,
Now,
three,
I
yeah,
four is
that's
think
what.
fixed.
in the batting position, positions, I feel number 5 is the only one where there's a little bit of doubt now back in 2019, number 4 spot was a doubt. Now number 4 is fixed. Now we need to fix number 5. But I feel Sardul Thakur, having him at number 8, yeah, he can get you some crucial wickets and all that, but he leaks runs too. And then with the bat, most of the time he's not performing. Most of the time
Yeah,
he's a
that's
free wicket. So you're weakening your bowling attack and still having a number 11 down there. It does not
hmm,
make sense according to me. I feel you need to have Bumrah, Siraj, and Shami over there, and with the Kuldeep Yadav
batting
as
attack.
well, and you have to make them change the way they're batting. I think in some instances you have to follow the ideology of fixing rather than replacing. You have, when I say
Hmm.
fixing, I don't mean match fixing, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah. So you have to fix what you have already rather than trying to just replace. It doesn't work, because you have to keep in mind one thing. Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, and Kuldeep Yadav, their primary skill is bowling. Their batting is a secondary skill. And in fact, if your top 7 are good enough, your bottom 4 shouldn't even have to bat, or maybe bat 1 or 2 overs.
hmm,
uh, that should be the thing. And if they come to bat, they should just be capable of swinging the bat at least for 10 runs. If you're expecting your number 8, number 9, or and number 10 to all be batsmen who can bat 20 overs and score a century, it's not going to happen.
yeah, agree. Yeah, I think Kuldeep not getting wickets against Nepal also is a bit concerning, because with the way that others were getting wickets also yesterday, and Kuldeep not getting wickets against Minoa like Nepal, I think it's a bit concerning. This is why I'm saying like Chahal should have been in the squad. In case Kuldeep doesn't pick up wickets, you have Yuzvendra Chahal to replace. So I think selecting both Aksha and Jadeja doesn't make sense at all, because anyways Aksha Patel is not going to play all the matches.
To be
I don't
frank,
know whether
I've
he'll
been saying
going to
this
get a
from
match.
2019 itself. In fact, 2017 to 2019, Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal was our winning combination. I've been asking the question since 2019. Why was that changed? Why was that winning combination broken? You don't change a winning combination. That's absolutely uh, stupid. Having said that, though, Chahal, he may not have been getting much chances since 2019, but that's not because of him. That's because our team management is why he's been only getting chances occasionally. But whenever he has gotten the chances, he's been
He's
performing
proven.
for the
Yeah.
team. In fact,
I
he
don't
did
know the yeah, I don't understand the logic that you need a batsman at number 8 and to increase the batting depth and all. Already your top 7 is very strong, especially Jaddu can bat,
the
Hardik
teams
Pandya can perform. So the batting combination is very strong from 1 to 7. Why you need
as
a
a
batsman at number 8 as well, thinking like the number 8 also needs to score runs and you need to strengthen it. You need to expect the bowlers to chip in as well with the runs. That's as simple as that. Even Sri
see
Lanka, other
bowlers.
teams are doing the same as well.
All I'm saying is the only batting they should be taught is see the ball, hit the ball. You don't need. They don't need to do anything else. They don't need to construct innings and all that. They
Exactly.
don't need to be capable of all that. They just need to
Yeah.
be able to get bat on ball, and maybe give it to an established batsman if necessary. Give strike
Yeah,
to an
that's what.
established batsman if necessary. They don't need to know more than that with the bat.
Yeah,
But
so because
and
top
other thing is,
seven, yeah,
a lot of people, I just saw many group chats, they were saying that other teams are playing with number 8 and number 9 who are capable of batting, so we must also do that. I said those other teams do not have the kind of batting that India has. They don't
yeah,
have the
exactly,
a top 7 as good as India has. Our
definitely,
top 7, if they fire, are capable of batting a majority of the 50 overs, so you don't need
yeah,
your number 8 batsman to be
exactly.
a proper batsman.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's what. So that's why I don't understand how Chahal has missed it. It's very unfortunate for him, because I think especially India, because the World Cup is in India, it doesn't make sense not to have Chahal. I mean, it provides variety actually in having Chahal in the squad. I mean, both Jadeja and Akshay Patel, they are just one dimension players, and both are left-handers. Both have bowling the same orthodox spin. So I don't understand. Just having Jadeja would have been enough, and having a bowler like Chahal, it could have boosted India. Plus the Kulcha combination comes back. You never know what India can surprise with both Kuldeep and Chahal. both playing together. So it doesn't make sense how Chahal has missed it, in my opinion.
And very surprised, Surya Kumar Yadav selection. Especially, I don't know how.
It is a joke, and I will even, in fact, on many groups I joke. I wish Mumbai Indians a good luck for the World Cup because, frankly speaking, you can't rule out IPL bias in this selection. When Rohit
Agree.
Sharma is the captain and he chooses Surya Kumar Yadav, if you remember, people criticized Dhoni for CSK bias when he chose Ashwin and Jadeja, even though they were performing. Even after they proved themselves, he was criticized
I
for
think
favoring CSK
I
players.
think if
When
Sanju Samson in Mumbai
even when
Indians
Mohammad
definitely
Siraj
selected.
and Chahal were selected under Virat Kohli, people said this is RCB quota. Now,
Yeah.
uh, now when Rohit Sharma selects Mumbai Indians players, it's becoming Mumbai Indians produces all the talent. It seems.
This is how Tilak Verma also got into the team for Asia Cup as well, all from
Yeah,
Mumbai Indians quota. Not seeing
yeah,
Jitesh Sharma, not seeing other players, Sanju being benched.
yeah.
I don't get it. I
So
simply
I
don't get the
see when
selections going on.
people tell me Mumbai Indians produces all the talent, I just say no. You're only seeing the
Now
talent
it
that
is
is
not
produced by
Mumbai
Mumbai
Indians. It
Indians.
is now Mumbai
You're not
Bharat.
seeing the talent produced by the other franchise and saying Mumbai Indians produces all the talent. And anyway, Tilak Verma, for all the faith that they had in him, choosing him in the Asia Cup squad, they cut him off for the World Cup squad
Yeah, at least
selection.
play
So
him a match. At least
so
you should have
this
played
team
him a match.
management is brainless. They don't know how to treat players at all.
I don't understand how they're selecting the 15. No selection. I mean, Surya Kumar Yadav doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah,
Well,
maybe
Rahul,
he's
you should.
performing in 2020 cricket. Yes, he's performing well. You can't compare the 2020 stats to the 50 over stats. He's got 3 consecutive ducks against Australia. Has scored. I don't know when was the last time
Three
he scored a
consecutive,
50
not just
also.
ducks, three consecutive golden ducks,
Golden
all
Ducks, yeah,
golden
that's what.
ducks.
Yeah, and I don't remember the last time he scored a 50 as well in that middle order. So that's a bit of a
He
concern, I
has
would say,
that was
especially.
actually in 2021 or 2022. I'm not sure, but his two half centuries they came against Sri Lanka and West Indies. These were who he scored a half century. No, sorry, no disrespect, Pawan, but
Yeah, yeah, agree.
those are
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
strongest bowling attacks to score a 50 against.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
even if those opponents were Australia and England, I would say two half centuries to show for in 26 ODIs is absolutely mediocre.
At least Sanju has scored a 50 against South Africa in India, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2021,
Yes,
2022. I think two
Sanju Samson
fifties.
scored a half century. Unfortunately, that was in a losing cause, but still,
But that
uh,
was still a important knock, though. They brought them close to beating South
India
Africa.
was in a hopeless situation in that match, and Samson brought it close, in my opinion. He's not scored a century in ODI cricket yet. That's his only limitation. But they made him a use and throw player. He's the next. I call him the next Ambati Raidu of Indian cricket.
yeah,
Short but
Yeah, agree.
quality ODI career, but when it mattered, they left him. Uh, they they said thank you for your service, goodbye.
yeah. Okay,
It's
okay. So
terrible.
now come to the
Yeah.
statement. Today there is so much controversy about in now Indian name is changing to Bharat. So Sehwag is
Oh
saying
no,
that
no, no!
change the India to Bharat. So how do you think this statement from Sehwag? You
It's
agree?
absolutely useless statement. We shouldn't. What? It's a waste of time and money, time, effort, and money. Changing a country name at this point, and
In fact,
there is
money is a
nothing
big
wrong
thing.
with India. There is nothing wrong with what's wrong with the name in India. It's a traditional name only. Uh,
I think
what is
I
Bharat? I want to know. That is
I think that is a name of India. Two, three. I think Hindustan, Bharat, India. There's so many names of India. So
But I think Bharat was the previous name, right? Before they
yes,
gave it as India, right? So I don't know. This
I
could be because of
I'm not
elections.
sure about that because see, there's no Prior to independence, there is no such concept as of
I think this
India
is
as a
purely
country or
elections. I
Bharat.
think this is purely elections, and for Modi to come as prime minister for the third term, they are just
This is
boosting this
okay. This
for.
is turning into a
this,
political issue. So
yeah,
unfortunately, but anyway, no, we shouldn't rename the team to Bharat. Imagine
I
IPL
think
being
for the.
renamed to BPL. Bangladesh will file what to say plagiarism against us.
No, why would you change the? I mean, Indian Premier League. I think it should stick the same. But yeah, I think for the
Mumbai
ODI World
Bharat.
Cup, I think they should they just should stick with the
Come
India
on, you
and
can't
not change
change. You
after the
can't.
World Cup.
Most people have grown up calling India as India. You can't change that name based on what people called it 1 century ago. Uh, that is stupid. It
And
doesn't
But
make
this is
any
what Modi
sense.
Modi.
Rahul,
Yeah,
in fact,
but
Rahul,
people.
one big impact is that in currency note there is written Reserve Bank of India. So if you have to change that, the whole country will suffer if you change one note.
And there's a bank also, State Bank of India. You have to change
Yes.
everything. See, wherever India is there, you have to change it to Bharat. It's a waste of time, effort, and money to do all these things. It's all nonsense.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have viewer Avinav. His daughter name is also India. So he's saying whether he changes name. No, 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 no need.
I mean,
We just got new. Yeah.
it'll sound like people. It'll be recognized as Bharat. We have a name called Bharat. Many Indians are called Bharat. That's how it'll be recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Apparently, the Afghanistan head coach has said that they were the team had no idea that the chase was possible beyond 37.1 overs too, and they only knew that the
Yes,
chase
it
the
is
total
possible.
within
Okay. Yeah,
37.1.
I was actually wondering why Fazalak Faruqi, he's not trying to give Rashid Khan strike, he's just blocking. I was
He
wondering
was
why he's
defending.
doing
He
that
But
was
first
because
of
defending.
all, why did Mujib give a single? I don't understand why he even tried to finish off the match, because I mean Rashid was the one in form, and I mean yes, maybe
in fact
you
actually
never know the
see if
situation.
Afghanistan showed their inexperience in the situation. I don't think they've ever been in a situation like this before. But
But didn't they choke
the
against
thing is,
Pakistan as well? The same cause, I think, in the Asia Cup last year as well. I
they've
think they lost
consistently
to
choked
two
against
runs.
Pakistan. That's another issue. But the thing is, if I'm saying if Afghanistan had known that they could still chase it after 3.1 overs by hitting a boundary, then Mujibur Rahman would not have made that mistake that he made on the first ball of the over. He would have given Rashid Khan the strike rather than try to go for a six and be a hero.
Yeah.
Because and I think it's a very what to say rookie mistake. How can you not know all these basic things, especially when you're in a race to qualify for the Super Four? You should, as players, you should know all these things. Yeah, you don't have to calculate all these things in your mind. And I'm not saying players have to take their calculators and compute the net run rate on their own, but somebody should have told them. To be
Agree.
frank, they should have
Yeah, they shouldn't have
known
not
this.
just gone for that scenario, because you never know. Like, if even if they won that match, who knows? They might have qualified. So I
Yeah.
think yeah, they shouldn't
Um,
have just depended on this 37.1 overs
And
to go and chase and
Rashid Khan
all.
also made a mistake. I think after 37.1 overs was done, Rashid Khan looked like the match, it's over. He gave up. That's
Yeah.
what happened. So, pretty, what to say, it's rookie errors, schoolboy errors from Afghanistan over there.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
but
And
overall,
maybe
I
even
think
that, I think that Belalage's last
y-
ball, I think if he didn't hit that for a four, if he took a single, and then next ball against DDS, if he hit a six, still Afghanistan would have won that match. So they
six or
also, I
four,
think,
I
four
don't
overs.
know either. The thing, they were not aware of the scenario, or they were trying to play until like 38.1 overs, because there was the commentators were also saying that if Afghanistan reaches 291 in 38 overs, then they can still win by hitting a six off the first ball. But
hmm,
maybe they were trying to take it till that point, uh, but it didn't happen, or they were just simply not aware. But I think it was more like they were not aware, because Rashid Khan looked like he had given up. after 37.1 overs was done, and Mujibur Rahman was not even attempting to take a single. He was just blocking.
They should have just gone and won the match. I mean, regarding the scenario, whatever, who knows what would have happened if they won that if they won the match without thinking about these scenarios. I think just the calculations were just bothering, and ultimately they lost the match and then lost all the hopes as well. So I
Yeah,
think they
if
shouldn't have just
Sri
given up
Lanka lost, they
after.
would have. Yeah, yeah, true. If Sri Lanka lost, they would have. Sri Lanka cricket would have probably said, "Let's strip the Asia Cup out of Sri Lanka," right?
If Sri Lanka
Maybe,
lost today,
but
Pavan,
there is
don't
no
come.
helpless.
If Sri Lanka lost today, Pavan, don't come to live. I know.
Yeah, definitely. I was in shock with the way that Afghanistan played. I mean, who expected Afghanistan? Because when first innings was over, I thought that Afghanistan might not even chase this in 50 overs with the way that the middle order was. I thought if we got Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran out early, Afghanistan middle order, but never expected Nabi to all of a sudden come out like this and play a knock with strike rate of 200. No one expected that. So I think
Yeah.
credit should go to the middle order of
Yeah, one
Afghanistan
thing
with the way
though,
that
a
they
lot of
played.
those were miss hits. I have to say the Sixers. On if you they played at MCG or something, many of those shots would have found a
Mean
fielder.
out.
Uh,
Yeah,
to be frank, Lahore Stadium, Gaddafi Stadium, I call it the Chinnaswamy Stadium of Pakistan. That is, yeah, really.
yeah, agree,
Seeing
agree.
that ground reminds me of Chinnaswamy Stadium because even miss hits go for a six. Same thing with Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, so luckily Sri Lanka won that match, and I think now we have a bigger hope, especially coming this. Sri Lanka coming back to Sri Lanka and knowing their conditions, and after beating Bangladesh as well in Sri Lanka, I think Sri Lanka have better hopes because luckily, I also was worried, especially with this Afghanistan match in Pakistan, how we will perform, and this performance obviously proved with the way how we performed in Pakistan conditions. But it's good for Sri Lanka as well. Good preparation because we are not playing without our main bowler, obviously Hasaranga. I think it's good that we have been tested. Sri Lanka have been tested, and especially Patiran also getting tested like this because I think it's the first time that he's playing consistently matches, ODI matches. So I think it's a good test for him and a good test for Velalage as well. So this is good for Sri Lanka. Even though we have been criticized with the way that the bowling has been today, I think it's a good experience for these youngsters, especially for Patiran and Velalage to step up more better
Yeah, and to be
in
frank,
upcoming matches.
Velalage really underrated performance in this match. He stepped up with bat and ball because
Yeah,
when Sri Lanka was 227 for 7, he came in and had the partnership with Tikshana, which
Tikshana.
helped
Yeah,
Sri Lanka reach 291.
291.
And then with
Yeah,
the ball also, he got two very crucial wickets in that one over, which
yeah,
I would say
changed the game.
at that moment, I thought Sri Lanka had the match in the bag after they got those.
Two
Two wickets. I
wickets.
thought there's no coming back for Afghanistan after this, but Najibullah Zadran and Rashid Khan almost proved me wrong.
I think
Then
Rajita's bowling was really bad. I know he took 4 wickets today, but he leaked a lot of runs, and that is why I'm thinking like Chamira, Kumara, if they were playing in their playing 11, I don't think, even though they may have picked
well, to be
less wickets,
frank,
but they wouldn't have
Rajita
conceded
bowled.
more
I think
runs.
Kasun Rajita bowled pretty well with the new ball. The
New
economy
ball,
rate
yeah,
only
yeah. New ball he
look
bowled well, but
the
after
economy
the
rate
after,
looks only a little bit battered because he bowled at the death, and at that point it looked like a T20 match. It became like T20 play, so that's why maybe he leaked a little more runs, but he did get the crucial wicket at
crucial
the end
wickets, I
also.
agree.
Yes,
I agree.
so
I agree on that. But yeah, I think, but still, performance could be improved. I think the bowling performance, Rajita with the new ball was brilliant. Definitely, even Patirana bowled really well in the first 4 overs. But death bowling should be improved for Sri Lanka, especially overs 30 to 40, and especially I think death bowling should improve a bit from Sri Lanka. I think that is where,
yeah,
especially with the fast
on
bowlers.
a
So
normal day, I would have. Normally, I would have said Sri Lanka going with too much spin in the death overs was not a good idea. But on this particular day, though, the spinners proved to be better because Patirana was not up to his game, in my opinion. In this match, he was bowling a lot of bad balls, and
hmm.
even Kasun Rajita and Dasun Sanaka were going for runs. So it's really the spinners who got Sri Lanka this win.
Yeah, but I think Shanaka's performance as well is a big concern, especially bowling wise. Also, 2 overs went for 32 runs. Should do a bit better, especially if he's not performing in the bat, he should perform in the ball. I know he's a good captain, he's led us to many wins, but at the moment, his form is really concerning, especially in New Year. He needs to step up because the middle order is dependent, especially with Shanaka and DDS, and especially with the World Cup coming. Shanaka has to perform for sure because if he doesn't perform in the ODI World Cup coming up, I think he might lose his captaincy with the way that it's going right now. Even though we are winning matches, we need the captain to perform. If he's not stepping up, I think the selectors will not select him in the playing 11.
Yeah, it'll be very tough for him to keep his captaincy without performance. Another thing is, I think Sri Lanka's death bowling is a little bit of a worry for me looking at this match. And the one thing is, they were not really. I don't know why it was, but they were not really bowling death overs type bowling.
Hmm.
Because probably because they were still treating it like a 50 overs match. I don't know what it was, but they were not bowling death overs type bowling in
I think
the.
it's the Afghanistan approach. I think the way that they were confident, they thought that they can chase this in I mean the 292 in 37.1. Whereas Sri Lanka didn't much care about the scenario. They thought that Afghanistan can't do this type of scenario, and they played they thought like a 50 over a match. So I think that is where Sri Lanka lost the plot. I think is in after the power play. I think is where I think they lost it, especially that partnership between Nabi and the captain Hasmitullah. I think that's where they got it wrong. After getting 3 wickets, they took it lightly, whereas Afghanistan took it seriously. So if Sri Lanka took more wickets at that point, if they got Nabi out early, it would have been a different scenario. But I think they took it a bit lightly, especially this. I mean, the fast ball. And I don't understand Shanaka's captaincy as well changing when the spinners were doing well. Should have stick with the spinners, especially Velalage 2 overs. Yeah, maybe he might have gone runs, but you never know. He can come back and pick up wickets. So, bit strange the way that Shanaka rotated the bowlers today, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I felt he persisted with uh, Patirana and Shanaka for too long, even though they were
Yeah,
going for runs, and Mohammad Nabi was clearly liking the pace on the bat.
yeah,
yeah.
that's what.
Yeah, well, so tomorrow we will come back with Indian team squad analysis. So I hope Pavan, you are continuing your channel, or it will goes on same day. Oh, okay. Pavan is
Okay, he
going.
went off.
So
All
he
right.
went off. So tomorrow we will come back with Indian team squad analysis. Maybe Pavan will come, and tomorrow we will talk in detail about each and every player. What is the logic behind selection? Then after that, South Africa, then Australia. I think all the teams will announce most probably by 48 hours. So there tomorrow another good match. You can say high scoring thriller tomorrow. So let's see whether it will 290 or 300 runs. Let's see.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, New Zealand is going well against England. It's 54 for 1 in 4.2 overs. Target is only 176. It looks like they will win and they will draw this series. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
least they can do given how we analyzed the two squads before the series. We thought the New Zealand would win, in fact. So at least they should draw, make this a 2-2 draw. Let's see what happens.
yeah, okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Rahul, for your time, and thank you, Avinav, too. Just come tomorrow, and we will have lots of talk about Indian squad. Till then, guys, thank you very much, and just subscribe KFCS and Sports Breakdown, and we will back again with a good discussion of Indian team squad analysis. So thank you very much. Thank you, Rahul, for your time too. So we will meet tomorrow. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
yes.
Goodbye and
Okay.
good
Good
night.
night.